Oh, I love this one. Got to go for y'all. Who's the
Oh.
worst player in ISU history? Got too much playing time. Listen,
What sport?
the Steve Prohm era happened, so there's a lot of people from that. You can look. So let's pick one from each sport. Let's go football and basketball.
Okay.
Basketball, I've got a number of names, but you probably either going to go with a Prohm guy or you're going to go with a McDermott guy. It's going to be one of those two.
I'm not old enough for McDermott guys.
No.
Oh my God.
Let's see. Bad player who got too much playing time. The first McDermott guy that comes to my head is Corey Johnson. Bad player. Prohm guy, I think I would lean towards I'm going to say I don't know. Prentice Nixon got into double figures. He wasn't good.
All right.
He was okay.
He was overhyped. He was
way overhyped. Good. Yeah.
He was good at Colorado State. He just sucked buns for us.
He still scored in double figures. So like it's kind of like that's not sucking enough to justify that. I'm going to say how about this is a tough one. Merle Holden. Merle Holden's he's my answer. Yeah. Horrible player. Played an unspeakable number of minutes for how bad he was in the game. Merle Holden is my Prohm era answer.
Man, it's a tough one. There's a lot of guys during that Prohm era. Trying to think of one from the 2-win team. That was just.
I mean, I don't know how you feel. Like, I mean, because so Rasheer Bolton led that team in scoring. Was Rasheer Bolton or Jalen Coleman Lands?
I think it was Rasheer Bolton.
It was one of those two. So like, it's probably not either of them. Even though I have my own beef with Jalen Coleman Lands, but I don't think it was him. You know, yeah. Who was on that 2-22 team? It's a great question.
Oh my gosh. This was 2020, 2021. Yeah. Blake Hinson. Okay, so yeah, I was thinking of Tyler.
Well, he didn't actually even like play for Iowa State though.
He did not. No.
Let's see here.
Tyler Harris did. Nate Jenkins.
I wouldn't say Tyler Harris wasn't bad enough to qualify for this. I don't think.
Do you count Xavier Foster?
I mean, like
he was also overhyped.
He was terrible, and he was overhyped, but he wasn't like. I don't know if he played enough to count him as being bad. Like he just didn't play like at all. You could talk about like a Dudley Blackwell, maybe. I would, I'm going to stick with my Merle Holden pick for the Prohm era, and I'm going to go with Corey Johnson for my McDermott era. Football player is a fascinating question because we've had some bums play a lot of snaps, and I think I want to exclude like anytime we've had like bad players play due to injury. Like when you're looking at like the last couple football seasons, like 2 seasons ago with the linebackers, like one, Ryland Barnes played well, but two, like he wasn't supposed to play. He was on the scout team. So and Ryland Barnes absolutely does not belong in that kind.
He was a walk-on too.
He was a true freshman scout team walk-on. Like he was not anywhere near bad enough to be in this discussion, but like you would exclude somebody like that should have that was never supposed to play. Or like last year there was, we had some secondary guys play that should not have played or that shouldn't have been playing too much. Listen, this is a decent little pick here. I was not a fan of George Conde. He should have been a lot better than he was.
He was good as he progressed. I will say that. That 2022 team, and I'm glad he stuck it out. I'm glad he stayed. Good character. He was all right. I don't think he was bad enough to be this bad to be that bad.
Yeah.
I can't justify that.
Football's a little tougher too because like if you're just stuck with a bunch of bad quarterbacks, then you just have to play one. If you're talking about like bad quarterbacks, then you can go back to like like the 2003 season when they I guess they changed quarterbacks so often for so long that like none of them played like a ton on their own. But like 2003, you had a number of quarterbacks like Chris Love, rest in peace. Chris Love was the quarterback. But like, so I'm going to say a non-quarterback because quarterback is kind of a unique thing where if you just don't have option, I mean somebody has to play there. So I'm going to go with, here's my answer, Datrone Young.
Yep.
Listen, this is independent of, is not even only just the muff punt against Iowa. Datrone Young routinely pissed me off. He would blow coverages. He'd miss tackles. He was never where he was supposed to be when he needed to be there. He was always in the wrong place at the wrong time all the time. And Datrone Young was infuriating to watch. DeMonte Ruth is in kind of that same conversation, but he didn't. The tiebreaker there is he didn't have the 2019 muff punt against Iowa.
Yeah, and he had the one sick block on the KU punt return. He
did have that. So that alone is enough to push DeMonte Ruth up above Datrone Young. Datrone Young is my guy. Because like if you go back far enough in Iowa State football, you're just gonna find bad teams where you just had bad players playing a lot because that's just all they had. But like Datrone Young was on otherwise good football teams, and he was not good. He was like very clearly the weak link whenever he was on the field, and other teams knew that, and they went after him so much. So that's my answer there. Is Datrone Young for my worst football player that got way too much playing time.
I have a hard time with this because like I when I was younger and like watching the mid 2010s Iowa State football, I didn't pay attention to the bad players, and so I didn't like remember.
Yeah, you honed in on the Jeremiah Georges and the AJ Kleins and the Jake Knotts, and you were watching them instead of watching like, this guy's not even fucking close to where he should be.
Yep. So like, I don't know. It's hard for me to pick somebody. I was trying to think.
So Isaiah Lee is an interesting one here because I think he did play some good football, and Isaiah Lee goes on my shit list for a different reason, which is because bet against Iowa State in the 2020 Texas game. So goes on my shit list for that. But just as a quality of football player, I don't think he was bad enough to. I don't think he was in the conversation for being like the worst football player that got way too much playing time. Because that's why I think Datrone Young just fits perfect here. Bad player on a bunch of otherwise pretty good teams. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I want to shout out a receiver from this year's past team that one of them that just could not catch the ball ever, and I feel bad. I mean, Dom Overby, he was good the first game.
Yeah,
and then he had butterfingers.
Caught the first touchdown of the college football season. Here's my deal with Dom Overby. He was not great last year. After the first game, he was not great. Dropped a lot of easy passes. I remember there one specifically just hit right off his face mask.
Yep.
And I think it hit off his face mask and got picked maybe.
Which one?
Towards the end of the season, he did not play much. There was he did not get a lot of snaps towards the end of last season. So I think that's a matter of they were giving him his chances and then he didn't take advantage of them and then lost playing time. So for that reason, I don't think it was for him. It wasn't a situation of bad player just keeps getting snaps. It's like it was thought he was going to be good, started out well, did not play well after that, and then eventually lost his snaps as you would expect to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I think to me that like not exempts him, but it gets him away from this conversation because he didn't get too many snaps towards the end. He just didn't get a lot of snaps at all towards the end of the season. So that's kind of my mindset on him. Because like you could also make the argument like 2022 Jalen Noel was in that same like where he just couldn't catch a pass and stuff like that, and he ended up being Jalen Noel.
Yeah. I say that strictly from the viewpoint of last year. For Jalen Noel, like he had the rest of his career to do that. So it'll be interesting to see what Dom Overby's the rest of his career looks like. If he doesn't fix the issues that he had last year, then good riddance. But no, just last year that he was a guy that
I'm convinced though that it was something to do with the wide receivers coach because everybody in the room had issues catching passes. And I mean there was no consistent pass catcher. Except for goddamn, what's his name?
Brett Eskilson was.
No, he
was okay.
He caught some deep balls, like he had some really good catches, but he also dropped some really horrendous really horrendously easy drops. No, the one I was thinking it was Chase Soul. He dropped a couple early, but got it together.
Yeah.
He like that Arizona game. He went off in the Arizona game. So like he was maybe your most consistent receiver, but I wouldn't call him consistent last year at all. Mm-hmm. So I kind of wonder if it was an issue with the wide receivers coach not doing something properly, not coaching them properly, whatever it was, gave him a bad tip or something like that. But there's no reason that your whole room has drops problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like this isn't like a D2 school, or this isn't UMass where you're finding anybody that can run under 5 seconds in a 40 and just trying to see what they can do. Like you have legit, Power 5 receiving talent here. They should be catching basically everything that's thrown at them. And you had that kind of drops problem. That's a coaching issue. If it's one guy, it's the yips or something like that. Like that shit happens. But like your whole room can't catch a pass. Suspicious.